Okay, let's talk about double negatives. By the way, I'm Daniela, an English teacher and a foreign language enthusiast. Welcome to my channel. I'm super happy to have you here. You have probably heard that double negatives in English are not grammatically correct. A double negative is when you use two negative words in a phrase or sentence. For example, I don't like nothing is grammatically incorrect. The correct way to say the sentence in English is I don't like anything or I like nothing. But in this video, I'm going to discuss another type of double negative structure that is actually grammatically correct and forms a positive statement. Speakers usually use it when they want to be less direct. You can look at it as a weaker positive statement. This kind of statement is formed by adding certain prefixes to different words, which changes them from positive to negative. For example, if you add the prefix un to the word acceptable, you end up with the word unacceptable, which means not acceptable. Now, consider this sentence. This behavior, while not typical, wouldn't be considered unacceptable. Here we end up with two negative words, wouldn't, which is a contraction of would not, and unacceptable. If you say that something is not unacceptable, it means that it's still acceptable, but it's not ideal. In addition to one, other prefixes that change a word from a positive to negative are in, non, de, dis, a, anti, im, ill, and ir. Here are some examples where by adding a prefix, we convert a word from a positive to negative. Believable, unbelievable. Applicable, inapplicable. Or you can also pronounce it applicable, inapplicable. Existent, non-existent. Compose, decompose. Engage, disengage. Typical, atypical. Social, antisocial. Possible, impossible. Literate, illiterate. Responsible, irresponsible. Now imagine hearing this sentence. I know that you're not a dishonest person and I don't distrust you, but I still want to read the contract carefully before I sign it. You might think, oh my gosh, what is this? My head hurts from trying to decipher what this means. Why wouldn't someone just say, I know you are an honest person and I trust you, but I still want to read the contract before I sign it? Although both versions of this sentence have the same meaning, there are certain situations in which someone might choose to say the one with the multiple negatives in order to emphasize a particular idea. For example, if dishonesty was ever brought up during the conversation, or one of the people might suspect that the other one doubts their integrity, a sentence that addresses this concern might be more suited. Keep in mind, though, that both sentences are correct, and it's up to you to choose which one to use according to the situation. Here are some combinations and expressions that you might find confusing because of their double negatives. The first one is the combination of the phrase by no means with the prefixes un, ir, and im. Here are a few examples. Fine and settled weather in October is by no means uncommon in Scotland. She could be a little ditzy sometimes, but she's by no means irresponsible. I know this is unlikely to happen, but it is by no means impossible. The second combination is of the negative word not and the prefix un. You can see this in the sentence. While a pattern like this is not unseen, it certainly is not usually this striking. Or in this sentence, although this grammar structure seems strange, it is not uncommon. The next one is when we use not and don't or doesn't in the same sentence. For example, I'm not saying that I don't want to do it at all, I just don't want to do it now. Here is another sentence. I'm not implying that he doesn't like you, I'm just saying he doesn't show it. Next is when you have I don't or I'm not and the prefix dis. Here are two examples. I don't disagree with you, but I'm not completely convinced about the last point of the presentation. Or he's not saying he's dissatisfied, but you could be a little nicer to him. And the last one on my list for today is a combination of the phrase no way and won't, which is the contraction of will not, or can't, which is the contraction of cannot. For example, there is no way that I won't come to your graduation party. Or there is no way you can do something if you put your mind to it. Guys, all of these examples are not fixed phrases and can be used in different ways to fit different situations. Here are a few more examples. Time is not unlimited. I'm unfortunately not ready yet. You guys look so much alike, there is no way you're not related. Now mix and match and create your own sentences with double negatives and share at least one in the comment section below. If you're still here, I hope you don't have a headache from all these double negatives. They might be confusing, but they are definitely not uncommon. Here, not uncommon. I just use a double negative. Please like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.